All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Right now, the US ETF market just swallowed over $1.2 trillion, all while central banks are quietly preparing their next trap. We're looking at a massive, dangerous contradiction hiding in plain sight, a literal tug-of-war between everyday retail investor euphoria and a massive systemic debt crisis.
So you really have to ask yourself, are you standing on the wrong side of a historic liquidity drain? It is incredibly easy to get swept up in that daily market momentum, right? But the smartest investors out there aren't looking at the daily noise. They're looking way beneath the surface at some massive architectural shifts.
Get this, the US ETF market just swallowed a record $1.23 trillion in year-to-date net inflows by the end of July. That marks 51 consecutive months of net inflows. It's just a wild picture of massive retail euphoria. To put that into perspective, total assets in the US ETF industry are sitting just below a record high of $15.78 trillion. Equity ETFs alone pulled in over $567 billion this year, which is literally more than double what they gathered during the exact same period last year. The crowd is aggressively buying in, no question about it.
But here's the catch. Beneath all that surface enthusiasm is a $40 trillion US debt bomb, and it's growing by over $91,000 every single second, just quietly draining the system. The pace of this borrowing is what Wall Street honestly underpriced at first. I mean, we added the last $1 trillion of debt in roughly 5 months. Interest costs on this debt are currently the single fastest growing line item in the US budget, actually surpassing what the government spends on national defense. And remember, this isn't emergency spending, this is a structural deficit baked right into the system, pulling vital capital away from productive private investments.
Section 1. The Global Rate Shift. We're looking at a central bank collision.
Because you really can't look at U.S. debt in isolation, right? When we look globally, a stark picture emerges. The Fed is flat out refusing to pivot, holding rates at 3.50 to 3.75% amid this massive fiscal deficit. Over in Europe, the ECB is battling sticky 2.9% inflation driven by a 10% year-on-year surge in energy prices. And then you've got the Bank of Japan hiking rates to 1.00%, levels we haven't seen since the mid-90s. They're actively signaling more tightening, and since a simple quarter-point move in Tokyo rattles markets globally, the BOJ is basically threatening to blow up the entire global carry trade.
And the people at the top, they're fully aware of this structural collision. Even Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell openly admits that the U.S. federal budget deficit is unquestionably on an unsustainable path. It's a glaring warning for anyone paying attention. He is emphasizing that debt service costs are directly competing with private investment. Look, when the head of the central bank flat out says we're running a massive deficit at essentially full employment, we really need to listen.
Real quick, before we lay out the strategy to actually navigate all of this, please remember the information and comments in this explainer are strictly not investment advice. Always make financial decisions based on your own risk profile and definitely consult a professional to assess your personal risk tolerance.
Section 2. The Perfect Storm. Let's dive into the hidden market rotation.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. We are seeing retail investors blindly crowding into Vanguard and iShares S&P 500 funds, with the Vanguard fund grabbing nearly $20 billion in July alone. But at the exact same time, institutional smart money is executing a massive, quiet rotation into physical assets and strategic reserves as a safe haven. It's literally a tale of two markets. Retail is looking at past performance, while smart money is positioning for future structural constraints.
The dead giveaway here? The gold to silver ratio. It is currently collapsing towards 67.4. Earlier in the cycle, this thing was way up above 80 to 1. Seeing this number drop like that is a massive classic signal of accelerating demand for hard assets. When we see this ratio compress from historically elevated levels, history shows us it heavily precedes silver outperforming, basically as investors seek cover against currency devaluation and inflation. The fundamentals are just undeniable. Silver isn't just a monetary hedge, It's highly industrial, absolutely crucial for solar panels, EVs, electronics, and AI infrastructure. Plus, we're staring down a 6th consecutive year of a global silver supply deficit. The smart money sees this dual utility, and they are making their move.
Hey, if you're finding this data valuable, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this explainer, and share it. Now, let's move right into the critical action plan.
Section 3. Rational Authority in Action. Structuring your daily cash flow.
Here's how you actually structure your daily cash flow to defend against these colliding forces. First, you want to lock in those crucial 5% yields in money markets and short-term treasuries while you still can.
Second, rotate capital into physical silver to hedge against monetary dilution and ride that ratio compression we just talked about. And third, prepare and aggressively hoard cash reserves for the inevitable equity dip. Remember, yields rising about 5% have historically broken things in the financial system. Just look at the recent regional banking failures. Cash gives you the ultimate optionality when that volatility hits.
Section 4. Delayed gratification and exit. Waiting for the market.
To survive this transition, you literally have to change your psychology. You must stop chasing these algorithmic tech rallies. When markets just react to daily headlines, the risk of a sharp correction skyrockets. Instead, you need to strictly protect your purchasing power against global inflation, fiercely hold on to your strategic reserves, and just ignore the short-term macroeconomic noise. Keep your eyes on the foundational shifts.
So, the ultimate question you have to answer today is this. Are you going to panic with the herd and get caught in that $1 trillion ETF trap when the liquidity drain forces a correction? Or will you build your defenses now, hold your strategic assets, and patiently wait for the market to come to you? The data is all right there. How you position yourself is entirely up to you.